Hello everyone, it's me again. I'm back every Monday at 1 o'clock. I'm just adjusting this. Got this lovely little stand now instead of boxes to put you on. So how are we today, everybody? Come and say hi. Give me a little sign that you can hear me. I hope you can, as always. Everyone always tests that, don't they? Right, so today, lovely Monday. Monday's my favourite day, actually. We're going to be talking about the 3 V's, okay? 3 V's exercise that I've got that people love. But before I do that, I just want to say these Nan Talks are every week. And if you want to tune in at Monday at 1 o'clock, you will find me here. If not, you can always go to my website and catch me, catch some things I've done before there. And that's www.nancyfinch.co.uk. So I'm just waiting for someone to say hi, so I know that this is actually working. It says live on there, so I'm still not quite over the technology side of everything. So if anyone's listening, just say hi. And if you've forgotten, that's fine. You can watch us again later. I shall just waffle on. But so some people have... Irene Brown is watching. Cool. I know someone can hear me then. Good. Can you hear me okay? You can see me okay, but can you hear me? I hope so. Otherwise, you'd probably mention it. Right. So I've given you on talk number 1 a couple of weeks ago. I gave you the chakras, how to open chakras. That's these little energy points here that I'm always going on about. Oh, hi, Jane. Lovely to see you. So I gave you chakra work to do on the first week. How to open and hi Jason, how to open and balance your chakras. So if anybody wants to feedback any how they felt about that, that's great. You can always come back to me, private message me, or do whatever. Hi Irene, it's lovely to see you. So I want to know what you feel, how easy it was for you. How enjoyable, if you've noticed any difference in physical or emotional, hi Irene, or just generally you might have just have felt more energy. So yeah, hi Jason, it's lovely to see people on here. And if you want to share this with your family and friends, that's great, because then they can all get a bit of Nancy on a Monday, a bit of cheer me up and lots of energy. So Nan Talks, yeah, everyone knows that Nan can talk. Has been very popular before when I took them into a local place, but I think this is going to go further, of course, and help more people. So that's my pleasure. So last week on week 2, we did Sort It Sunshine. That's where we brought our inner child's wishes, our consciousness, with our subconscious intention to do something. So if anyone's missed that, hi Paul, nice to see you. You can go back and listen to that on my website. So that's good. So today's all about 3 V's, okay? It's kind of, obviously, people that know me remember this and love it. It's one of our favourites. It's very, very good for you. It's on lots of levels. So I've kind of written it out for you. I know it's backwards here, but I want you to write it out later. So that would be really good. Hi, Faye. Nice to see you. And Faye and everybody that's watching me here will know about this particular exercise because it's one of my favourites, okay? I've written it here in this way, even though you can't see it in its right order, because it is called the 3 V's, okay? I value me, I validate me, I very much love me. Now, I know that's just an affirmation, and some people might not believe in affirmations or have much experience of them. I love them. I think they do a lot of good, especially if you put a lot of feeling with them, okay? And why I made this one up particularly is not just about, there'll be another thing about affirmations later on one of the Nan Talks, and we'll go into it in more depth. But right now, this particular one isn't just an affirmation that is a general one for people to use today. It does so much. It's really, really good for your body, your mind, your mood, and all of your relationships. People are struggling with relationships right now, and I've got over 70 exercises I can use. But this particular one, I felt tuned into today that you need it, that everybody needs it. We all work on a very tiny conscious awareness of our feelings. Hi, Abby. But basically, subconsciously, we've got a huge amount of subconscious thoughts and feelings going on in there, and relationships have all been a bit compounded, and our self, we had to reevaluate who we are, before we can take that out into the world again after this recent lockdown. So we kind of are re-establishing who we are, our own relationship with ourselves and the people around us, okay? Squeezed a lot of feelings out lately with everybody. So it is really good for us to be aware of it and to correct any damage that the past has done to us. So, hi Tia, lovely to see you. So I'll break this down a bit for you. I mean, the reason why I liked this one initially was because I made it up for hormones. I made it up so that we would basically have this area of our body working well and that area there. That's the pineal hypothalamus. This is our sacral area here. When we have a hormone imbalance, those two areas are affected. So I made this up because I wanted to show our subconscious that we're allowed to have that feeling of value when perhaps we don't. Perhaps we don't value ourselves in our relationships, or we don't value our body. I mean, this works on lots of levels, I shall show you later. But when we say, I value me, it really affects this area. And when that area is opened, because we've said it to our subconscious, we've got a bigger chance of balancing our hormones, which is a good thing, creating a really nice feeling, a vibe that goes out that people start to value us more. You know, if you were frightened of a dog and a dog came in the room, you might pretend you're not frightened of it, but the dog would always know. If we don't value ourselves, then nobody else is going to value us either. Oh, that's nice. Thank you, Tia. Thank you very much for my birthday wishes a few days back. It's lovely. Yeah. I'll tell you what, I can't believe I'm 62. I really don't feel it. I know some days I look it, but who cares, eh? But thank you, Tia. It was lovely. I thought of you. And I had over 500 messages. So thank you, everybody, for making me feel valued. I value you too. So this is validation, value, validation, and very much loved. It's three areas of our bodies that are affected. Okay, so value really helps this area. When this opens, all our relationships are easier. Okay, a simple statement with a bit of feeling mixed in can have a huge effect. Hi Claire, nice to see you. So I value me. Most of us, well, at some points, we have experience of not valuing ourselves. So when we say it to ourselves, it's going to feel like a lie. It's going to be something you need to say to sink into your subconscious to help reprogram as well, reprogram our mind synapses. You know, we've got brain synapses that go a sort of pathway all the time. You know, we've got to, we think something and it naturally forms a pathway. Well, we can undo that a little bit by saying more of I value me, I validate me, I very much love me. You've just created a new pathway. Say it a few times and you'll find it's easier to do. So it might feel like a lie at first, but it's definitely going to get easier to do. So I value me will give out a vibe that people are going to feel. They're going to feel something different towards you because you're feeling different towards you. Okay? So try this with all your relationships. I'll remind you again in a minute. Validation. In particular, that word will really help this area here. This is your crown, okay? And when you validate yourself, you're kind of giving yourself honour, okay? Yes, absolutely, Tia. I'll come back to that. That's lovely. Thank you. So this crown area here is when it's open, you really connect well with people, with your work, with your outside. You kind of just got a bigger connection with collective consciousness as well. So when we honour ourselves, we're giving out a vibe. It's not arrogance. It's just a vibe of, you know, you matter. You matter. A self-honour is necessary. If we don't have it, how is anyone else ever going to really connect to us or validate us? We have to validate ourselves first. Hi, Katie. Nice to see you. Lovely. Thank you. It's nice to see you on here. Some of you might have forgotten, so it's a nice surprise, isn't it? So, validation, okay? I value me. I validate me. Is opening this area, okay? And I very much love me. Of course, that's obvious where that's going to be. That's in your heart chakra. I like the little hands. That's quite cute. So, okay, we've got the heart chakra here. This is really good for your immune system. When this one's open, you really do feel less pressure in life. You feel your body gets a chance to fix itself better. Your immune system's in that area. Hi, Christine. Lovely to see you. And Sarah. So you think better because this is open. You connect better. You feel better. You just feel more compassion. When the heart chakra is open, you feel more compassion for yourself and others. So physically, it is a really good thing to do, to open this by using those words. Okay, so I'll say them again. I value me. I validate me. I very much love me. It's not conceited. It's just that some of you may not have actually felt that, and it's really necessary we say it to ourselves. Imagine that inner child of yours is really needing to hear those words. We don't often hear them from the outside. And it's an easy one to remember. That's why I made it up with the 3 V's, because you can remember that. So most of my clients on here, friends, they all know this off by heart. When we get treated badly, or when we feel we've got leftover feelings from a bad situation, it is good to correct that feeling. It's going into your subconscious. So when you say this to yourself, you're really allowing yourself to heal, and to also set a very strong intention. If you say, I value me, I validate me, I very much love me, you're self-supporting and you're giving out that vibe. You're changing your hormones so your mood is more consistent. People naturally feel the vibe, and also it shows them by example how to value themselves. Quite often people don't value themselves. So I was going to talk about the hormones. Yes, we've done the mood. It's very good for cosmic ordering too, which I talk about every week virtually. When we say something, experience something for about 17 seconds, there is a story behind that. If anyone wants to know later, message me. But 17 seconds is what it takes to lock in to your body, your mind, to change all the things in the homeostasis in your body, and also by the law of attraction. So 17 seconds, if you could really say this over and over again, you're really helping yourself to fix it, to validate it, to make it something that you use every day, like brushing your teeth, or, do it in your mind. You don't got to say it out loud, but it definitely helps. Everybody's mood and relationships should get better. Now, the trick here is to use it on other people. So you start off by saying the I bit, and then you might say, he values me, she values me, etc. So he, she, they, my work values me. You could use it that way. Before I do any large talks and things, I always do it. I always say it out loud in the car on the way to the venue, that they value. I say it myself first, and then I say, they value me, they validate me, they very much love me. And the reason why I do that is because little Nan inside might not feel that she's valued. She might not actually, I might be okay on the surface, and I might be aware of what I'm doing to help other people, but that might be tiny inside. Just in case I feel like that, because you don't know what's going on the inside, I say it anyway, because that way you are giving out a different vibe. You try it with somebody who hasn't valued you, and say it out loud, or say it, don't say it out loud maybe, say it in your mind when you're with them, and watch what happens. I've seen it happen really quickly, where somebody turns around their attitude towards another person, and well, it's amazing. I've got loads of stories to back that up, but I know one family that used it, and they had to go to a big family meeting with another part of their family, and everything changed because they simply said the 3 V's for themselves, and then that person who basically didn't value them, they said it about that person. And before they knew it, within a few seconds of meeting that person, it was very obvious and evident that they did value them. And that they made it it was such a big difference that it was amazing to watch, or for them to watch, and for them to tell me about it. So when you use the 3 V's today, start using it today. Those of you who have used it before will know it works. You just feel better. Every relationship improves when you start improving the one with yourself. So you have to do the corny bit of loving yourself. And it's very important. So I value me, I validate me, I very much love me. You can use it before going out, if you're, any event, any challenge, anything, perhaps going back to work. I mean, the same as the Sorted Sunshine, you can use these exercises, they link together. You could use both, either, as long as you're using one that you're comfortable with. Something that is you're going to say to yourself that of course you don't feel it on the 3%, that's why you're saying it. But it really does help you to reprogram that and to put that vibe out, and people start to respond to that. And it's really amazing. Even if you're not near people, when you're on the phone to people, when you're doing an email, the vibe comes through the words. The vibe comes through your expression when you're talking on the phone, you know? So you've got to really embrace that, okay? It works with family, friends, partners, work, as I say, anywhere. Just try it on anything that you don't feel that you're getting enough validation or value or love, okay? There's another exercise I use, well, another way of using this exercise. I've already said that you can use it for he, she, they, okay? But you can also use it for people who don't value you at all. People that you've got in your past to think, well, they really treated me badly, or that relationship was bad, or, you know, not good for me, whatever. If you've got any leftover feelings from people who you felt, family, friends and otherwise, haven't valued you, really important to give this exercise a go. Now, how you do it is the same way as I said before. You start with yourself. Always start with yourself. So I value me, I validate me, I very much love me. You're going to remember this, you lot. Hi, Gail. Oh, good. I'm glad. Oh, thank you. Yeah, they are magic words. I'll tell you, they work. They work. I made this up a long time ago for myself. Okay, everything I make up for myself, I share it. And then many years later, I've got lots of evidence to say why it works. And of course, it's all going in the book I'm writing. This is all airing and sharing for the Choice is Mine book. So each time I just tune in and get a different, I feel that you need a different thing each week. So they're not in order of how the book's going to go, but definitely going to be something you need right now. So going back to what I said, you start with yourself. Then you think about a person that's hurt you or upset you in the past. And this is a really good way of healing you from it, okay? And not attracting any more of it. So you think of yourself, you mean those words. If you can, just lie to yourself if you have to, but say it. And just for a minute, be really involved with them, those words. Then you say, whoever that person is, that name, just think that person values me, validates me, and very much loves me. Now, you might think, I don't actually want arms folded. I don't actually want to get them to love me or value me. I just don't want anything to do with them. But of course, what you're doing is you're sitting with those emotions still in there, and you're not really giving it a chance to heal. So if you could just say, right, okay, I'm going to say, he does, even if they haven't shown any evidence, because it still heals your heart, okay? Oh, that's nice, Gail. It's really nice that you're actually talking about affirmations and getting good results, because they do work on lots of levels. But this particular one, as you know, is almost set out on its own because it does so much. I mean, if everyone uses it in their relationships today, they should find a difference. Or you can stand in front of a mirror. Stand in front of a mirror and think, right, I'm going to say it to myself in the mirror. It's a bit hard to do for some people because they've got to look into their own eyes and say it to themselves, their inner child maybe, you know? You could say you actually in the mirror. That's quite good. I value you. I validate you. I very much love you. Or you can just think it as you look in the mirror, whichever suits you really. But what I really want you to do is if you write it out for yourself. I mean, I could put this on Facebook, but it won't. I might do, but it's not as good as you writing it out. Because when you're saying I value me, you're actually making a contract to yourself when you do this. It is very powerful. So that's one of my favourites. I use it, as I say, I guess most days. Because it helps with hormones. I've always got a hormone imbalance when I, and you can check that out by your chakras, by the way, when you know which chakras are shut and open. I've got a lovely little colour game that I play with people in my sessions with them, and I can tell you which ones you need to open up and to rebalance. So basically, some people just said they wanted a nice session with me, a treatment with me. Online sessions are fantastic. So I would actually identify whether you do have a hormone imbalance and which exercise would be really good for you. So bear that in mind for yourself or other people you know and love, okay? So I'd like you to share this, if you can, with all your friends and family. Because even if they don't understand it, to play with it, to have a little experiment with it. I mean, you've got nothing to lose, right? If you just do it, just say it anyway. Even if you walk around the house and you're not seeing anybody, or you've got nobody to say it to or about, just say it to yourself. You'd be surprised within a very short time, you're just going to feel more honour, more value, And you're going to heal with the love you give yourself, which is really, really powerful. So 3 V's will help you on so many levels. Because basically, going back to the hormone level, everything feels more intense when this is shut down, and you feel it harder to connect with somebody. You feel it's hard to talk to them or get your feelings out. This will definitely help you naturally to open those areas so that everything works physically and emotionally quite naturally. And that's what we need to be playing with. Just pushing the easy button. I'm always doing that. So go over this again if you need to, but it's very simple. Learn the 3 V's. Get to know them. Say them every day. Perhaps get into a routine when you make a cup of tea, or when you're getting ready and you comb your hair or whatever. Say the 3 V's. You know which areas are going to help. It's going to help 3 areas of your body. Really powerful. Okay? Oh, always works, says Katie. Yes, it does. But we forget to use them. Excuse me. We've got so many tools that we can use from my book. Sometimes I think, I'll use that one today, or I might use Salt It Sunshine, or whatever comes into my mind to use. But the 3 V's is like the foundation, a really solid, definite one that's going to work if you could just play with it. I've actually seen it happen so many times that people's lives are turned around just by using an affirmation that they keep saying to themselves. Because your brain doesn't know the truth. The subconscious doesn't know the difference between the truth and a lie. And it believes you. And you form new pathways, new synapses in your brain. And then you feel better physically because you've just told yourself something, and it undoes all the tension in those areas. Then your body works better. And then everybody treats you better. And then you've got an upward spiral instead of a downward one. Because if you notice, when you're not feeling good and your relationships are hard, hi Dave, nice to see you, then it kind of spirals down a bit, doesn't it? And you expect that. People quite often are running on an old program where they expect people not to value them because they haven't felt it in the past, And they don't have to have any reason to value you. You just be yourself. You don't have to achieve anything or have things in your life. You've just got to value who you are right now, this moment. So say it out loud with me. It doesn't hurt. And if anyone's in the room, well, they can benefit too, can't they? So I value me. I validate me. I very much love me. Really powerful for all reasons. So have a little play with that today, and then think, if you've got nobody around or you just want to go back into your mind from the past and things that people have hurt you, or situations or whatever it is, it works for all of that as well. Oh, before I finish this, we can do it about our body as well. Okay? Nearly forgot to mention that. So some people, many women, well, men as well, I guess, but lots of people don't value their bodies. They might judge their bodies by what they used to be many years ago. Well, I look better 10 years ago, or I was thinner then, or whatever. We don't tend to value our bodies very much, okay? We tend to look at things, we compare ourselves with who we used to be or with somebody else. So, and that goes for men too. So and that's quite often with men actually, bless them. So we've all got to learn to do this and not compare ourselves with the past, but to say, I value me, my body. Well, it moves. I've got 2 arms, I can move, I've got my eyesight. Things that you take for granted. Value your body. Validate your body. It's done well. It's taken you up to this point. It's tried to fix you. It's tried to keep you well. It's tried to give you mobility and achievement in this world, and value your body, validate it. It's done you well. If we have this feeling of appreciation for our bodies and honouring it, we're more likely to eat the right foods or try and get more sleep or whatever we're trying to do. If we validate our bodies and very much love our bodies. If we don't love our bodies and we battle with our bodies and we don't like this or we don't like that, or we don't like the illness it's given us or whatever imbalance, you're battling with your body. That's not going to help you. It's going to the body will always rebel. So we've got to make sure we have this wonderful connection with our body as well. I very much love my body. Okay? Hi, Angela. Lovely. So you can use this in lots of ways, for yourself, for people around you. You can use it for your body. You can do it about your job. I value me, I value my job, I validate my job, I very much love my job. Or my children, or anything else that you feel needs a bit of a tonic. So find different ways that you can use it and really enjoy that. But it all comes down to the bottom line is it's all about you, because the vibe you give out will affect others. Okay? You've got to value you, otherwise no one else can. Okay? You've got to give that vibe out. Honor by validating and love. I mentioned this, I think, last week about someone doing things for herself, and it seemed like she was being selfish. But, it's not selfish to be self-aware and self-supporting, because you're helping other people, as I say, by example. Okay? Don't be afraid it's going to be seen in any other way but self-support. Okay? It's not selfish to love yourself. Hi, Gaynor. Lovely to see people on here. So, share it with everyone. Okay, I can't think of anything else. I've got a chart thing up there to remind me what I'm doing with you. Otherwise, I might forget something important. But, okay, go to the website if you want to catch up on things that you've missed from my previous talks. I have got the original talks I've done locally on there as well, so have a little play with those. I offer different things on the website as well. So it's www.nancyfinch.co.uk. Okay, I do private sessions on here, one-to-one. They're very, very reasonable, but they do help people a lot, because we identify, we reform, and I always empower. That's what I do. It's not just about Reiki, it's about empowerment. So to remind you, next week at 1 o'clock, we're going to be doing, I just picked this one up random. More my guides, spirit guides kind of said you needed it, or we all need it. It's a 7-year cycle exercise that I do, that I make people aware of. And it's all about how we change every year in a cycle. We change every year our physical, emotional body. Okay. And it's really nice. Hi, Angela. It's really nice for you to be aware of it. It's kind of like exciting to know where you're going next in your next emotional year. So that's going to happen next week. That's going to be 1 o'clock. So that'll be lovely. So if anyone's got any questions about what we've talked about today, I can answer anything. You can private message me or whatever. If you've got any friends that need any extra help. Oh, thanks, Jane. Oh, it's nice that I'm inspiring you, because I do have to walk the talk. I really do. I have to do the things that I invented for myself out of necessity. I use them on a consistent level, and I made these up many years ago. It's got to be, 10, 15 years ago. And they always work because, well, when you need something to change your life and you need some tools that you haven't seen how to, that I didn't know how to change my life. I just knew I needed to. And so once something came into my mind to use and I used it, it's a wonderful tool in a toolbox. I think I can use that one whenever I wish. Oh, thank you, Katie. Namaste to you too. Do I do my talks every Monday? Yes, I do, Faye. I do. Every Monday, every week. My spirit guides told me I had to, and I thought, oh, yeah, it's a good idea. I'll air and share the book and get people. I mean, I'm sort of just started writing this book, but I do need your feedback from how you feel about each thing I give you. So if you do, it makes it easier. You're in a way, you're kind of part of the book. Okay, because you can give me back how you felt about it, and then I can then tweak how I'm going to present that, because I want it to be easy for everyone to understand and why it works. So once again, I value me, I validate me, I very much love me. Say it over and over again, learn it whenever you feel that you're not feeling it on a personal level or somebody's not giving it to you. So, yeah, the good thing about these on a Monday is it's good to start the week with something positive, isn't it? And Mondays are my favourite day. And secondly, most people, if they're working or they plan to go back to work, they might have a lunch break. So half an hour is not too much of their lunch break for them to listen or to be aware and to learn something. If they haven't used it already, they can learn how to use it with me. And then, as I say, any questions, just talk to me about it. So that's it for us today, I think. I don't think I've forgotten anything. No, I haven't. Do this for your own relationship with yourself, and do it for anyone that you're with. If you're sort of stuck in lockdown with people, this would be really useful for you to say in your mind when you're with them. You know, you haven't got to say it out loud, but you can if you want. And that will give out that vibe And you watch how quickly that they start to value you. They do what you are feeling. They're going to mirror back what you are giving to yourself. So that's why it's so important to give it to ourselves. And of course, as I say, the hormones are going to balance with it. That's always a good thing. And it's good for your immune system, guys, which helps to protect you, doesn't it? So that's it for me, I think, today. As I say, next week, we've got the 7-year exercise, which I like talking about. That's why I'm going to be asking you how old you are. And I can actually interact a bit more with you then. I can talk to you about that year that you're in, emotional year and physical year. I can talk to you through those things and prepare you for your next year. So I will be asking people to get more involved. Oh, thank you, Jane. So if you want to tell me your ages next week, I don't mind telling you mine. So if you want to tell me your ages, then of course I can tell you which year you're in. Which emotional area you're in on the 7-year thing. And it's very, as I say, that's very inspirational. People love it. So it's lovely being here. Thank you for your nice comments. Stay safe and stay well. And always imagine you're always in the right place at the right time. Okay? That's a nice little affirmation to say to yourself. And really enjoy using your 3 V's, because once you start using it, you'll see the value of it. Okay? Well, lots of love to everybody, and I shall see you here same time next week at 1 o'clock on Monday. All right, take care. Lots of love to you all, and please share this with all your friends and family. Thank you very much. Bye.